Okay, hi everyone. In this video I will be showing you how to make a large basic bow. I will be showing you how to make a double bow and also a single bow. Okay, so firstly, the biggest ribbon that I am going to be making, I have a 2-inch ribbon and I've cut it to 8 inches long. I have already cut it. I have also a piece of really thin ribbon. I'm not sure on the measurements, to be honest guys, but it's just basically a really thin ribbon. And the first thing that you'll want to do is just seal the edges with a lighter. Try not to set fire to it, just like that. And with the large one as well, just run a lighter across the edges. Again, try not to set fire to it, and I've already actually heat sealed that side. So your next step from there is you can either find the exact middle portion and draw a line, but the easiest way that I find is to fold it in half, make a decent crease, and when you open it back up you've already got that centre thing. But if I just draw a line straight down, just so, if you can faintly see that, just so you know where the centre is. And secondly, what you do, please excuse the state of my glue gun, it is very old. I had this from Wilkinson's, if anybody is interested. And what you're going to do is put a line of glue just along that centre line, and then grab one side, make sure it is in the centre, and just press down. And then the same again on the other side, a bit of glue, and then bring that over into the centre and press down. So that's your first step. It should look something like that. You can tidy up the little bits of glue as you go as well. Then what you're going to do is fold it so the no side is showing to you, and what you're going to do is to fold the ribbon in half like this, pinch just here, not all the way up because we will be bringing these down as well, so just at the very bottom, and put a small amount of glue in the centre just there and give that a little squeeze. Now while you're squeezing that part, you can bring these over like this, if that makes sense. If you don't want to do it that way, then do them one at a time. So line this part up over here. So again, a small bit of glue just there, press this down and give it a really firm pinch. And then again on the other side, bring this part down, try your best to make sure it's all even as well, and then a small drop of glue just there as well. Bring that part down and give it a pinch. So what you've just created there is called an accordion fold, and you can stitch, just pull these bits of glue off. By all means, if you were good at sewing, you could do that by sewing. If I think you can also use wire as well, but I find that using a glue gun is the fastest way. So yeah, you've pretty much made your bow there. If you just sort of pull it around a bit, you can already see the bow shape. Your indents here, my camera isn't the best quality. So your next step from there, this will be going on to a hair tie. I just have a normal black hair tie, so what I'll do here is place a small amount of glue at the back side, just in that crease, and I will push the hair tie into there. Try not to glue myself to it. So that is already attached to a hair tie. And then with your thin piece of ribbon, if you start at the back as well, just tidy up as you go with the glue strings. They are the most annoying. So again, a bit more glue. You don't have to use a lot of glue, just to stick that down there just at the back. And then if you push this so it goes underneath your hair tie, move your hair tie out the way, and then just basically turn as you go. So turn, 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 turn. Try and pull it as firmly as you can, and then you come back to the back half of your bow. Again, you could be quite generous here with the glue, and you just literally push. Don't make this overlap all the way, just glue strings. Just push firmly, wait for it to set so you've got this flap here. And once that glue has set, again, tidy off any little glue strings, and then move the hair tie out of the way. So bring your bow this way, and then also move your bow out of the way as well, and try and hold it all. So you're holding it kind of like this. Get your scissors and snip straight across, and then get the lighter again and just run it across the back. And I've got quite asbestos fingers, so this is definitely hot while I'm touching it. If you didn't want to touch something that's hot, use your pencil or use your ruler to push against it, that kind of thing. But there is a hair bow. That one is my favourite type. What I also do is I just put my pencil through the loops and give them a jiggle around, straighten it all out, make it look fancy. That is my favourite hair bow of the lot. I do like the wider ribbon. I also have a little decal here, which is Minnie Mouse. If you wanted to glue things too, again, just a little bit of glue and you can pop it on so it'd look something like that. I am just going to leave this one as it is because Poppy has a lovely red dress that'll go with. So that's the first one. Okay, so now the second one. This one will be a double bow. I'm not using Finding Nemo ribbon to make this. This is just one I've already made. These are my second favourite. So it's basically two bows how we've just made that, but we'll glue them together before we put the centre part on. So I'll show you how to make that. Now for this, you will need 2 strips of ribbon. I have one strip that is 6 inches, and I have the other that is 5, just so you get a slightly smaller bow, either on top or underneath. It's entirely up to you. So again, the first thing that we have to do is to heat seal our edges. And I'm just going to mark out the centres as well. So now I have my centres marked out. Again, we're just going to go back in with the glue gun. Bring that into the centre, hold it down. Again with the other side, small amount of glue. Bring that part into the centre as well. Not even on camera while I was doing that. Basically exactly the same as we did the first one, but I'm just going to do both of these at the same kind of time. So glue, bring in your edges. I might actually glue that one as it seeps through. So yeah, you will have two, just move this wire, you will have two pieces, one slightly bigger than the other, and again we are just going to go in how we did the other one. The only difference with these is they are a lot more fiddly because they're thinner. So again, fold in half, a splodge of glue in the centre, try and get it in half. Tiniest amount because these ribbons are smaller, so small amount. Pull these over, so fold over, glue, push down, trying your best to keep it centered. I do find that the smaller ribbons look nice, but they're just really fiddly, and on their own they look quite nice as well. But I do find that a double bow does make them stand out a bit nicer. So clear up all of these strings, and that's your bow. So if you were going to make just a single bow, I have done those before and they turn out just like that. So they're nice enough as they are, but this will be a double bow that will look like this one. Okay, so now you have your two little bows. I will just show you as an example with the smaller ones. Again, if you were going to make a single bow, you'd turn to the back, you'd put the hair bubble on, and get your small piece of ribbon and thread it through and around exactly how we did the first one, and then you would have a single ribbon. But in order to do the two, let me just heat seal. Come on, a lighter. Yeah, in order to do the two, decide whether you like the smaller of the bows on top or whether you like it on the bottom. So work out how you want it. I actually prefer it on the top. So what you're going to do is basically glue them together. Take it from this side. So get the top of your bow, place some glue on top of it, and get your smaller bow, pinch and hold. Until the glue sets. Got half of the glue on me. Yeah, so don't worry about how that looks in the centre, or don't worry about how it looks at all for the time being, because what we're going to do, just as we've done before, glue gun at the back of the bow, just in the centre, and fix the hair tie as best as you can to lie in line with the bows more than anything. Get the glue off my thumb. So yeah, once your hair tie is on, it's exactly the same as we did before. So a bit of glue, place your ribbon underneath the hair tie, bring it through. Got so many glue strings going on here. Not a fan of glue strings. Get off me. So yeah, bring it through. Now if you want to, you can put a bit of glue just in the centre, just a tiny amount, just because there are two bows that we're trying to hold together. And then again, keep bringing your ribbon around until you're at the back of the bow again. Again, you can be a bit liberal with the glue here. Push it straight down. Don't overlap again. Leave that little piece. Try and come a bit closer. Move your bow and your hair tie out of the way. So scrunch it up if you have to. Once this is set, grab your scissors, snip, grab your lighter, burn, burn, burn. Well, don't burn. Set the edges and hold something against it, and there you have a pretty double bow. I actually make two of each bow that I make because, for one, I like them to match Poppy's outfits, and two, I like the fact that when she's got a bit more hair, if she ever has pigtails in, I've got a bow for each side. But I do think the double ones look a hell of a lot prettier than, where's it gone, than the single ones. It's entirely up to you which ones you make. I think they all look just as nice as each other. This one I did make a bit larger because, in actual fact, this one's for me, not for Poppy. I did make Poppy some as well, but I'm a child at heart and I have the biggest obsession with Finding Nemo. So these are the 3 types of bows that I will have showed you in this video how to make. Move this wire, see if I can hold them, if that's a bit better. So you have the double bow, the large bow, and again, if you've got any bits you can stick them to them, that kind of thing. I just like them as they are. But yeah, single, double and a large one. And the other thing that I'm not going to show you exactly how to make, but another thing that I will explain how to make, if that makes sense, require these. And these are, I have a My Little Pony one. They are elasticated ribbon. You can get these from eBay. That's where I got mine from. This one's a lace elasticated ribbon. And what you do, I will leave measurements below, but I think it was 14 inches when I made Poppy's. So you'd get 14 inches of elasticated ribbon. You'd snip the end off, and I personally, myself, I sew the end so that you end up with the ribbon. And I made one here experimenting for Poppy's birthday with a birthday girl double bow. And all you need is a small amount of felt. So once this was sewed into a loop, for example, I'd wrap a small amount of felt, probably a centimetre's worth of felt. I'd wrap it around. I'd use the glue gun to glue the felt down. And then what I'd do, I wouldn't bother putting a hair tie on the ribbon. I'd just wrap the centrepiece around, and then I'd glue the centrepiece onto the felt, if that makes sense. That's how I made this one anyway. I'm not a hairband expert. In all honesty, I do prefer making the bows, but I hope that explains how to make one. It's pretty much, once you've sort of started making the bows, you don't have to be the best at sewing either. It's literally just, you'd snip. How can I explain it? Do I have a, yeah. So say this was elasticated ribbon and I'd cut it to 14 inches. You'd turn it in on itself so the pretty side went together, and you'd sew this edge just, I don't know, a millimetre's worth, so that when you turned it back around, it would be all stuck together. And then say this was a tiny amount of felt, what I'd do is I'd glue underneath, because obviously this would be sewed, and all the felt does is cover up where you've sewed, so you could use any kind of thread that you want, any colour, because it won't be seen anyway. And again, it doesn't matter if you can't sew. So this is your felt. I'd glue it underneath and then wrap it around, and again glue it underneath, and then I'd glue the bow on to the felt. I hope that makes sense anyway. Like I said, I did experiment with this one and it turned out pretty well. I know it doesn't match exactly, but Poppy loves My Little Pony and it's her birthday soon, so I thought I'd just experiment. But yeah, once you get the hang of making bows, I will show you how many I have made so far. So yeah, this is how many bows I have made for Poppy so far. There are actually 2 of each one. As I said, I make 2 just in case she ever has pigtails. So all the rest I just keep in this pretty jar. But once you start, like the larger ones, this one is actually a wired ribbon. So you can squish it and make it how you want it because the edges are wired. But yeah, I have, this one is actually for my sister. Like adult bows, that one's for me. As I've said, we're big children at heart, but these are all, this was the first one I ever made. So not too good, but I think this one was the second. I made 2 smaller versions of it, and yeah, practice makes perfect. And I used to spend an absolute fortune on hair accessories for Poppy, bows, hairbands, etc. And it's, once you get the hang of it, it's so much easier and more affordable to make your own as well. If anyone's wondering where I got all of the ribbons from, the character ribbons and things, again, I had my ribbons off eBay. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful and it's a bit of fun more than anything. But thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and I'll try my best to answer it for you.